Hello and welcome to Tea Time with Meoni. I'm Meoni and this is my tea time. Hopefully you've grabbed yourself a beverage of choice because this is going to be one hell of a conversation that I have with myself. Got to drink some coffee for that. So essentially the idea behind this video series is I get to talk to you, the viewers and my subscribers and Patreons, simply because I can't live. I don't have bandwidth to allow for live streaming. I currently have less than one up, which is ridiculous as you can imagine, but it's the best we can possibly get, and I've managed to make a YouTube career off of it somehow so far, but that might be all changing. So there's some big news. You might know recently, if you follow me on social media, that I was a little bit irritated because there was some downtime and indeed sort of horrible network lag caused by road-working people basically cutting through my internet cable in the on the street. Dig a hole in the ground, they said. It'll be fine, they said. Oh, OpenReach. Where the cable was actually connecting to the telegraph pole and then down to the cabinet. So essentially I was a little bit irritated by that, as you can imagine. OpenReach actually responded to me on social media, and through direct message we basically cleared up nothing. They answered none of my questions. So yeah, I thought, screw it, let's go talk to the actual roadmen. So the roadman actually tipped me off to the idea that in 4 to 6 weeks there may be potentially an upgrade available for the service, and as the reason they were digging in the first place was to actually put in fiber optic cable, which is big news as you can imagine, and I'm quite hyped about this, but I'm trying to stay reserved because I don't know who or how we're going to access this or how much it's going to be, but whatever the price, I want to throw my wallet at it as hard as physically possible to make my dream a possibility. Now you can imagine that the increase in speed of uploads would mean more videos, better quality videos because I could upload them faster, stuff like that, and there's even the potentiality of possibly streaming, which is something I've always wanted to do on YouTube since they first unveiled it on the platform. I think it would be fantastic and engaging with my community and would possibly really unlock my potential as a broadcaster for this fantastic games community. So I'm looking forward to that, but I'm keeping myself, at arm's length. I'm, staying optimistic but reserved because I know what these companies are like, and I know certainly what this place that I live is like. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one, but fingers crossed, pretty hyped so far. So what have I done this week? What has really got on my chest has been the fact that our Savage progression has been sort of delayed slightly. The second week came around and we lost both of our 2 tanks, which was pretty horrific. Apparently they already had plans to join other groups before we even cleared the first week. They took gear from the raid when it was cleared. We were happy because we thought, tanks getting loot first, really good idea, even though it's free roll obviously, but we encouraged the tanks to go for it so that we had a better success chance the following week to actually work through without having to worry about the tanks too much. So yeah, losing them was a bit of salt in the wound really, but essentially we still managed to clear E1S that week, but not for the lack of having to pug one of the tanks, and my good friend Zarathiel and a Patreon supporter stepped in to help as well, so thank you kindly to him. Going forward, I would like to recruit 2 new tanks, so if you are watching this video, you play on Europe Chaos Data Center, and you can raid from 7 BST, because we're in British summertime, until 10 BST on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Wednesday would be a clear day for a couple of hours, and Thursday, Friday the progression days. Then send me a direct message on Twitter at MeoniAce, and we'll continue that discussion there. I am looking for 2 tanks. I don't really care what jobs they have, or in particular their gear. We can sort that out if needed through Titania and some crafted gear. But in general, I'm just really desperate looking for 2 tanks. The sort of only other requirements would be communication via Discord, and that's about it really. If we can organise things, we can talk to you, we can tell you how to do things, and also if you're willing to actually raid those particular nights of the week at those times, then you're in. That's as simple as it is. But yeah, I'm a little bit bummed out because obviously I was doing my clear videos. I wanted to start doing guides for the Savage content, but I've been delayed yet again. Another tier, another disaster. But the rest of the group is fantastic, just putting out there. They're really nice guys, really adaptable, they learn, and yeah, and it's really good fun so far. So let's move on to another topic before I get carried away with moaning about tanks for too long. Well, I want to talk briefly about Final Fantasy XIV's Fan Festival in Shanghai. You may have seen previously a video I did, but essentially they unveiled at Shanghai Fan Festival in China 2 new items, the Peacock Mount and a Peacock-themed glamour set, which I was particularly hyped over. Essentially, this is still a concept image they showed, but I'm incredibly hyped because, you know, all of these sort of Chinese or Asian exclusives do eventually make it over to the West. You can imagine this will be in the cash shop, like I said in that video, but what a fantastic event this was around these announcements. There's some really interesting pictures on social media. I'm not sure how much of it I could even use without obviously infringing other people, but essentially there was a spinning aetheryte. I don't know how they managed to make it spin, probably with a motor or something, but it was fantastic. It was just like it was actually in the game. They brought it to real life, and anything that does that about a game is obviously going to get people even more involved in that mythos, and I really hope they do that for the other fan festivals in a couple of years' time. Additionally, they also had some really interesting sort of diorama setups. They had these sort of like stage sets where they had like inside the Alphascape with Omega, so you could take pictures there. They had a sort of like dining room table, a feast table in House Four Temps with a picture of Halchifont on the wall there, and they had an actor actually dressed up in cosplay as Halchifont himself, and you could actually take a picture with him, which obviously is quite awesome, really, if you think about it. They also had like the scene from Kagane in the market district where you could walk through that, and they had like a little Kagane bridge that you could take pictures next to. It's fantastic, and I was incredibly jealous that we don't get that stuff over here. I'll try and link a couple of examples in the description, but it was just fantastic to look at, and all of the different pictures that people took with the various different people in cosplay. The cosplay contest in particular was fantastic. They had this amazing looking Lakshmi. You just go look at the pictures, it's fantastic. It really opened my eyes to what is possible for a fan fest. I just hope that we get that in Europe and North America, because I'm incredibly jealous, I'll tell you that. So other things we've done this week, including Moonfire Ther. I was quite happy with the rewards. When it comes to dyeability of costume rewards, I have to say half of the time I'm kind of on the fence. If an item looks good and they give enough varied options for that outfit, in this case they gave 3 different recolorations, different designs actually, with different motifs, then that's not too bad. If it was just one item, one Moonfire Happy with only one colour, then I know that some people would be a little bit against that. They have a red Happy, a white one, and a black one. They all have different designs, embroidery, and indeed sort of like stitching on the back as well. They look fantastic. I've actually made a few glamours with them. In addition to that, the jumping puzzle is something that I'm trying desperately to finish filming. I have a compilation of me basically raging for about 3 hours. I still haven't got to the top of it. I feel like a complete noob. I love jumping puzzles because it brings out some of the most X-rated language I've ever uttered in my life, and censoring that is going to be glorious. So I will try my best to get that done and make it PG friendly as soon as possible. Hopefully before the event ends. I'm sort of pushed for time at this point, aren't I? But yeah, Moonfire Ther was great, I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the next event. I don't know what that will be, possibly the Rising event. You have to remember that the anniversary for 6 years of Final Fantasy XIV is coming up. I might do something special for that personally, and I know that Square Enix are probably cooking something up for that as well, and I know the Rising event will reward the wind-up Y'shtola, the new version from Shadowbringers with that new outfit as a Black Mage, is available from that event, so that's going to be exciting for sure. In terms of the channel, we've managed to reach, 43,000 or something? We're close to 44,000. I really want to do something special for the channel for 50,000. That's something that's blowing my mind, honestly. 50,000 subscribers from a Final Fantasy XIV YouTube channel that's got so much competition, it's unbelievable. I don't know. I love this community, I love making videos for it. I never thought I would even get close to this, so let's do something special for it. However, I have no ideas what to do. Lots of people have suggested, well, do another giveaway, and that's a given, that will happen, but I don't really see that as like the most special thing possible. So if you have some ideas, perhaps you like my machinima. Would you like to see a special machinima that I spend hours making again?
That's right. Oh yeah. I knew those tentacles were good for something.
I love doing those. Is that the sort of thing you want to see? Or do you want to see some real life stuff? Or you let me know your ideas in the comment section and I might read through them and pick out ones that I think were good contenders, and then we'll talk about them further in future videos. I think that's probably the best way to go forward. Either way, 50k is approaching pretty quickly like a bullet train, so I want to get something prepared for that. But yeah, thank you so much for that. That's just mind-blowingly incredible. In addition to that, I really want to also extend our community interaction on this channel. We're a little bit low in that. So to kick that off in the right direction, let's talk about the idea of another Q&A session. I'll do another Q&A video, whether or not I'll include it in another Monday related video or just a Q&A video separately. I'm willing to do that again. I sat there last time for like an hour and a half doing stuff live answers, which, you know, was quite a lot of fun, and I think I answered quite a lot of those questions, if not all of them, and I'd like to do it again, and we need to do this more regularly. We need to engage more. So if you have any burning questions, if you could comment below and simply put question in like brackets or something, or something that I can search for with Control F, then I will look at your question, I'll collate them in a notepad and I'll answer them as to the best of my ability live. So yeah, thank you kindly for watching this video. Thank you kindly to see all of the supporters I have, the Patreons who are fantastic each month giving money. I don't know how you do it, but thank you so much. You're making my life possible. And everybody on YouTube, all of the subscribers, all of the viewers, you're fantastic. And this community is fantastic, and hopefully I'm still contributing to it in a positive way. Either way, thank you kindly for watching this video. Like I say, I'll keep in touch and see you all next time.